and it should be 7:40 in India. We shall start our weekly session. So, and today's topic of discussion is timelines of life and now, and session number 186. I think someone else want to join. Okay. So today we'll discuss about, understand about the timelines, and then we will go into focus on the now moment and further understanding how it affects our life. In in general, we are in a like a time space stage, you can say. In this world is a stage where all our life drama takes place. It is having these two parameters, time and space, through which everything is being played in our external world. And our when we take our birth, so sorry, when we take our birth, uh, then our ego takes over. Ego means the local operating system takes over. Our soul's plan is being played out, but we have a free will. We can choose which option to take, what to talk, what to think, what to do. These are coming under free will. So the opportunities are those, you can say the roads are the predetermined that which road will be going, but how fast we'll go, whether we'll take any detour or not, etc. Those are decided by our own thinking mind, or in other words, our lower self. So higher self gives us the whole life plan, but once we take birth, as we explained in earlier sessions, that we forget about who we are, and so that we can have the direct experience, and we come here and to and through the experiences of life, we go ahead with um, uh, our life goes on. That's how it is. Now, in when we took birth, these two things makes a major impact. Space, of course, we have to locate at certain place. We need to from move to one place to another. We need to take effort and some take transport or walk or take aeroplane or something like that. We cannot go all the places. The restriction is there, and the time it is in our in three-dimensional world, which is our this the practical world. This in this reality, the time is linear. Means time goes like there's something. This is the which has happened before. We call it past. What is happening now? It is we call it present, and whatever going to happen in future. So it is these three things are there. So we are in a particular place in the time, so that in that time, so just like today is the 6th of January 2024, now time is 6:15 p.m. here in Abu Dhabi. So there will be something which there will be time sometime before, sometime after. But it is important for us to understand that how the time plays in our life experiences. In the what happens is that no matter what the plan, soul's plan is, based on our choices, then we go down into a certain uh, a certain path we take to where the further down the line it will go. Like out of our free will, if we take certain decision or some certain things, suppose we set up relationship with someone, so with that relationship we have to move then further. Suppose the railway track is there, but we boarded into a particular train, so we have to then go as per the speed of that train. We have to stop at where that particular train stops. Maybe in the same direction, there are 10 train goes there, but whatever we choose to take, based on that, our experiences will happen. Like in one train, maybe some of the station will come in the night, or some train come in the morning, and same station and other train come into maybe afternoon, nothing like that. So our journey, the experiences will differ based on the choices we make. Suppose, and if it is a very further away distance, then there is a way that we have to take certain part in maybe taxi or maybe some auto or maybe some other transport, public transport bus we can take to reach to the station and then take train. Maybe we can change the train in between, or there may be some train are direct, some train are galloping train or hopping train, which will not stop at all the station, thing like that. So basically, I'm saying that even though your starting point and destination is same, but you take different path based on the mode of transport you choose. Similarly, in our life, ultimate soul's plan where we go, that is predetermined. What type of measure it will there, but how fast we will go, which path we will take. So that become our choice, and those are the path. Like you can say that between point A to point B, if you see the graphically, then maybe a lot of lines can be drawn in between. No? There may be some shortest, which is a straight line, and there are maybe curved lines. This kind of lines, some can be drawing round and come. So there are different lines are possible between 2 points, right? So same is our experiences, and those lines are called timelines. Be it the timeline develops which we choose. Suppose, as I mentioned, we choose to some part of life we wanted to spend with someone. So as that we choose to have some relationship with someone, so the effect of that person in our life will play some role of deciding our path timeline. And but sometimes we may choose to shift our home, live in a different home. So based on our choice, that the timeline will change a little bit, our experiences will change. Type of the things we will choose, type of the things, suppose we choose to eat or we choose to practice, or if we have some kind of addiction or any other type of thing, good or bad, doesn't matter, it will affect our experiences. And of course, there is a role of karma, and whatever jaise karni vaise bharni. So that is, if we do something which we imbalances the energy, that karma also come into play, and we get that effect. So all these things will be there. So most of the time, what happens is that our timeline we choose based on the options. Like if currently whatever our life is, that is the timeline we choose in the past. Based on our choices, this is today is the product of that. As for example, that I have chosen to that we will form WeAreOne group, and then we will pray to Babaji and give uh, this learning session every week. When the choice is made, so my life, that timeline has this now. But suppose we didn't choose to do that, so we'll not take that line. This will not happen. Weekly sessions will not happen. Maybe I choose to do something. Maybe go to some place, sit in ashram and meditate. So that could have been my life. Timeline will be there in that way. or maybe I'm still maybe 15 years back, almost 13 years back, I left drinking and all these things. If I still continue, then my life will be still in a different timeline. It will take. It is. It will be maybe I'm sitting in a bar somewhere right now. Okay. So what I'm saying is just for the understanding sake. What I'm saying, the choices I made in the past, it gives the result now. So that is the timeline I have got between our journey start the birth and death, and this is the between the birth and death different lines we are taking based on whatever choices we make. So these are called the timeline. So now what happens is when we make those choices, we are heavily influenced by our patterns, our belief system, and our ego. Because to understand that we are under influence of ego, it needs a big effort and do a lot of practices to come out of the influence of ego. So definitely, initially, everything was controlled and guided by ego, and ego has got its own agenda. Ego doesn't want. Ego wants to win. Ego wants to boast, itself. I'm the top. I'm right. I'm great. All those kind of things. That was ego's agenda. In persuasion of that, so whatever choices you made that time, those are heavily influenced by your ego. And as it is, ego is not the ultimate truth. Ego is not the pure in the by form. So most of the time, or at least statistically 50% of the time, you may not took the right decision. You can realize it later, but when we took the decision, you thought this is the best thing decision you can take, but you took based on the limited information, limited idea of about life, and means you have indirectly you have the agenda to establish yourself to be in the society, to be at the top, to be great, and to be, maybe to be rich, to be famous, or whatever. You may have a lot of agenda, or the most, powerful person, or most beautiful person, whatever. You can have that agenda, and you can, in persuasion of that, you took all the decisions. Yeah. But at the same time, not everything, all the parameters are under your control. So then you can see the effect and all those kind of things. There are some um, disheartenment, or there is some kind of frustration. It didn't give the result the way you thought. Many cases, some people didn't behave the way you expected them to be. All those things, those are life lessons we learn on the way. And then definitely the after having all this is the product you have right now. That is the choices what you make. Okay, so I think you understood what is meant. So there is a different possibilities of life path is possible based on the choices we make in the past. And choices we make in the past, but most of the time we didn't choose the best timeline of our life, because it was influenced by ego, and ego has a limited capacity, limited understanding. It has got its own agenda to be top, to be great, to be rich, or whatever. Sometimes it pursues something which is not your soul's plan, so you will get roadblocks ahead. So that didn't materialize, and you got frustrated and things like that. Yeah. Suppose at the soul level, you have chosen to be a scientist. So if you choose science, path of science, and go to study and all, you will be successful. But in between, you thought, ki, okay, the cricketers, they are earning great, so I'll be the cricketer. I'll join in the Indian team and whatever it is. You started doing that, and then you faced a lot of obstacle, a lot of failures. You didn't get selected, and you could not get much there, because you in the soul path it is not there. As simple as that. So even if you wish to be a great cricketer, but it didn't happen. So in that sense, that failure in that life happened. So if you choose that, so your timeline will have effect of the post failure of being a cricketer. That is the life you will lead. There's a timeline. It will come. That is a choose certain time, and it will follow. All right. Anyway, so so all these timelines, we normally our effects are because based on the limited understanding with the choose the timeline, and most of the time it is we trapped into the lower timelines. Means we have a lot of potential which has not been into come into effect. Primarily, basically, we didn't know that what is the purpose of our life, whatever I came, just like I was giving example, if we our purpose of life is to be a scientist and we are trying hard to be a cricketer, it will not happen. Or happen with the extreme difficulty, like it is like a river stream. You put a like a boat into that river stream, so the life will take you somewhere, but if you don't do any effort, it will take you somewhere. That is the life path original. But if you try to go to some other place, you have to go to some struggle to push the boat into some direction which it was not in the original plan. It is against the flow of your life, so it will have a lot of struggle, but progress will be very limited. Yeah, so that is the kind of thing we come to know about it through different experiments and all this thing much later part in the life. Sometimes maybe it is too late, you cannot do anything much beyond whatever time left. Okay, so this is about the timeline. Now, let us talk about the past, present, and future, because that also affects in our life. Our success and failures are heavily dependent on the time. Like, suppose we wanted to be something, suppose we to have want to be promoted in the certain position in the office. I wanted to be as a manager. So I have a timeline. So I trying for years together. Maybe when it really didn't happen in 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, then it looks like I failed because I could not achieve whatever I wanted in 5 years time. Or I wanted to be rich. I have a certain figure in my mind. I will have that much of bank balance. So I'm trying hard, and then I did whatever I come all possible things, but still I could not achieve there, say by 10 years or so. So it looks like I'm a failure because I could not achieve the target. So with time, we are heavily dependent. Our success and failures are, as per our normal understanding of thinking, heavily dependent on time. And this means if I get something, whatever I desire in a particular time frame, then it is success. If I don't get it, that is a failure. That's what normally we take it. Yeah. But in the but now let us understand about little bit of the truth. Truth is that the past, present, and future in higher dimension, it doesn't exist. Time and space has been created to give you the experience of life. That I explained already earlier. I'm not going to explain that again. So it is a background, like a screen has been put for movie, your live movie to play. That is the purpose. But based on our mind generated ideas, we have set some target, we have set some goal and success and failures. And as per mind, it's just a projection, nothing else. So whatever we our so-called our past and our future, yeah, those are not the truth. Okay. Only the present moment is the truth. What you are experiencing right now, that is your truth. Rest of the things are in your mind. It was not true. Your past is not true. Your future is not true. Your present moment is the only truth. If something happened in the past, it happened at that time. Now moment. Now moment means present moment, and whatever going to happen in future, that will going to happen now moment of that time. So if anything has to happen, it has to happen in the now moment or present moment. It cannot happen in the past and future, altogether. In this point, also, as it is only in your mind, So you can change your future and you can change your past. Means you can change your timeline. You can change your timeline based on whatever decision you take in the present moment. You can change your timeline, just I explained earlier. Here, our say conventional understanding gets terrible hit. People say, okay, future can be changed. I understand that. I'm looking for a better future. Everybody wants, so I can choose a better timeline now to do something to go better. Is understandable. Future, I mean, past has already happened. How can I change that? It is already done. It is fixed. It's written. See, truth is, the past is also in your mind. Your past, whatever you call as a past, it is not all the thing that happened in the past. It is only the memory what you have about those events are you are calling your past, isn't it? There may be millions of things happen, but in your memory there may be few thousands are there, but you call it your past. As for example, your memory of at your age of 10. Okay, in the whole year of your age 10, there may be so many 365 days and 24 hours in a day, and then every hour has 60 minutes, every minute has 60 seconds. So those many moments were there, but how many do you remember of when you were at age 10? So called your past when you are at age 10 is limited. It is just a memory of few informations. Few, maybe some major thing happened or little vaguely you remember something. That's what you call your past, isn't it? Your truth is your memory. Truth is your past is the how much you can contain your memory, conscious memory. That is your past. So then, if just your memory is your past, if you can change your memory, it's in your mind. It's programmable. So if you can program your mind, the memory of your past can be changed and your past will change. Some of the things your maybe it was not a very pleasant experience you had when you were maybe at the age of 10, but if there is some reprogram, some sort of thing has been done to you, then the same event will not be changed, but your memory can be changed and it can be looked into a different light, different angle, or maybe more importantly, it can be the truth of the light of truth can come in and it can, lighten up many things. That same story, what is in your memory, which is like a failure story, will be become a valuable experience story. Maybe suppose you didn't get admitted into a particular school you wanted to go, but that didn't happen, so it's a big failure. Your memory is still there like a big failure. So, but later on, maybe you come to know that that particular school, they have been closed, even after 5 years from that point of time. You come to know about that. So that means if you have admitted there, you have to get out of the school anyway. So it is better that from the beginning you choose some other school and you get progressed your education, that it will become uninterrupted. Okay. So that failure of not getting admission in a particular school can be changed if we bring the truth that that same school you think it is a failure that itself closed after 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years or whatever. That truth you didn't know earlier. So this way, this way it is possible to reprogram your mind and your timeline even of the past can be changed. Okay, because it is your experience of that past, that is your life. So you can shift to a better timeline even one thing happened already in the past. Only thing you need to reprogram what is there in your memory. You have to bring, we call it bringing into awareness. And the awareness can change that. Most of the time what happened, we didn't like whatever we experienced. So and that's why even present day, Our timeline we choose, we stuck in the negativity, we stuck in the lower timeline because we are not enjoying our life, to be honest. Most of the cases, yeah. So I will come about that how to get out of it. But we are stuck in the lower, negative things, and vibration becomes low. Whatever choices we made, it appears to be a failure and things like that. So what can change that? Our awareness and the truth can change that. So I shared one story earlier about who discovered, invented the electric bulb. No? I think Humphrey Davy, or yeah, if I remember correctly. So the electric bulb to discover, he was experimenting for years. So maybe 89. I'm just that range. I exact figure I don't remember about that. So 90th time of his experience, he becomes successful. So 89 times he was failure. Your experiment failed. So if he catches this timeline after that event, so it will be mostly failure, life of failure, and then one success at the end. However, he was asked, by the journalists that how do you take that you failed so many times? So many people fail one, two, three times, it's okay, but 89 times failure, how do you take it? Don't you think you wasted your time, so many effort, so much money invested, and but you failed 89 times and get success so much late? He says, no, I am now experienced and I know which 89 ways it will not work. I come to know that. Basically, it is saying I tried all the path. I know into a particular city which 89 paths will not take me to my destination. The right one I now know by experience of all those things. Just by this changing his mindset or approach, he selected a better timeline for him for rest of his life. Otherwise, he could have been thinking he's frustrated and spent too much effort, too many things just for one invention. That is not the fact. He is not experiencing that. He is experiencing. He is enriched with the experiences. So basically, he is utilizing the power of that. Even the failure can give at least the lesson, and you are know for sure that which will not work. Yeah? So this is the way he is selecting it, choosing it. All right. So, and that is the truth. So what is basically happening? He understood the purpose of the experiments, and even all the time we cannot win, all the time we cannot be successful. To climb say 10-story building, so you have to come across the first, maybe 20 steps in the first story, 20 in the second, and so on and so forth. Then you will be reached to the top of the building. You cannot say that all those steps what you crossed and left below, those are, you could not reach to your destination there. It is not supposed to be. They're the building blocks towards your success. You cross that, you experience that, you stepped into that and live that. That's how you come to the 10th floor. So those are not failures. Those are your building blocks towards your ultimate destination. So those are also equally important. Even though you left it there, you don't stay there. You don't reach by staying in the fourth for some stair or steps. Okay. So by just reprogramming, we can change even your past, and by choosing it properly, we can do that. So, who will help us in doing that? There is no other better way to do that than our own soul consciousness or inner guru. Our soul knows everything. So, I was talking about point A to B. There are a lot of lines. Okay, shortest one, which is the highest timeline, best possible timeline, shortest way, straight line, easy from one place to another. We can choose that, the highest timeline in our life, but not with by using our brain, our ego mind. We cannot do that. We don't have that information. We don't have that knowledge. We don't have the understanding of that. But our soul has. Soul knows everything. So, what is the fundamentally, what is the approach? What is the strategy? If we connect to our soul consciousness and we get a guidance from our soul, which direction we should go, then definitely soul knows everything, including the shortest path between A to B, which is the highest timeline or best possible timeline. So there is no question we'll get stuck. We'll get, just like I'm giving example of a scientist versus a cricketer, nothing of that sort will happen. We'll directly put into the path and straight away we'll go there to the destination. Only thing is we have to surrender ourselves quite in our mind so that our mind doesn't give chattering and directing us that may be better, that looks better, or other person is doing great and why don't you follow that. This kind of prompting, we have to temptation, we have to stop. We have to fully trust our own higher self consciousness and what the path will reach it the shortest. That is the way to get into our highest timeline. So in other words, we will basically we have to surrender ourselves to our soul consciousness and not allowing our ego to take control. Otherwise it keep on मतलब भटक रहे होंगे इधर उधर, all these different routes, off routes we have to take to do all those things. When we surrender ourselves to our inner guru, our higher self, the power of consciousness takes over. We have an infinite power through the connection. It cannot be accumulated from outside. Then that power and the light of awareness that guides us. So there is no confusion, no such thing, "Okay, what I will do, what are the things," even though maybe some kind of so-called obstacle comes, we'll take it as a challenge, we'll learn and overcome that, and that will add on to our kitty of experiences, just like I mentioned about this electric bulb sort of thing. So we'll take it in that spirit and we will surrender, but we cannot just manipulate our higher self. So either you surrender or you didn't. You are still under ego, influence of ego. You cannot just think that I am surrendering and move ahead. That's not good enough because you're thinking, means you are using your mind. Yeah, maybe you are offering to be with herself, but actually you are not. Whatever intuitively you are getting guidance, you are not following that. You are still thinking, oh, how it is possible. So how can soul can guide? It's not possible. I know better. I have 30, 40, 50 years experience in this life. I can have it. The moment you think that, that your consciousness will not interfere because it is your free will. Then again you will choose something which will end up into some long route and it will not be the highest level. So highest level only possible, the fastest timeline, best timeline in your life will be only possible when you are fully aligned with your soul consciousness and your soul's path, purpose of life, and thoughts, words, and actions, what you take are fully aligned. Then only it will be possible to reach to the destination in the shortest way. And of course, this alignment is the spirituality is all about. The purpose of spirituality is establish connection with our higher self or soul consciousness and two-way communication, then obtain guidance moment by moment. Why moment by moment? Because the moment, present moment, now moment is only truth. Rest of the things are all in the memory or in the versions. So, in the light of that awareness, then everything will be clear, which way we will go and all those kind of things that will be there. Okay, and so now how to invoke that? Spiritual practices, yes, but how to invoking is that You have to, the affirmations, you have to tell yourself who you are to bring that power. Don't get limited power and capacity of your lower self, which is ego. You have to break through that and go to that level when you can invoke your power of the consciousness, and that invocation is to shift the timeline and go to the highest level. That you have to invoke that, you have to tell yourself that I am not the mind, I am not the body, I am the pure consciousness, Shivoham. That is the mantra in Varanasi. We Adi Shankaracharya's mantra, Nirvana Shatakam, we have already posted earlier into the group also. That is the highest level of mantra it can have to just get you into that consciousness, power of the consciousness. Shivoham. I am Shiva. I am that. I am the one. Okay. And which is true. You have all the power. Rest of the things, it is about just your limiting belief system you're operating, or your patterns you are operating, or you convince yourself you cannot break a certain ceiling, and that's why you are stuck. Okay. Otherwise, our potential is huge, almost unlimited. We can create anything into our lives, but we need to bring that power of consciousness. We have to play what is, the design of that soul consciousness. Soul always plans our life path, which is the best possible way. So, and that is the highest level we can go, and we can choose actually. Otherwise, if we don't choose it, it will simply switch off. It will be in witness mode, and it will allow you to have different types of experiences, which, of course, end of it will not give the ultimate result, and you will put yourself towards the negativity. Okay. All right. Now let me see what are the in the agenda. What are the things left? So first is understanding the purpose of time. Purpose of time, as I mentioned earlier, it is just give you experience. Yeah. Only thing is, one thing you need to understand at the soul level, at the higher dimension, there is no time. Everything is happening at the eternal now. Means it is present. Everything is present at the same time, so called, and that is called eternal now. It is like a program. Like if you see the understand the computer algorithm, like it is a program. So just your time, if you input, it will give you the result accordingly. Suppose not only in one life, it is in the previous lifetimes also. Suppose I am currently in 727th life, for example. What happened to my 123rd life in my 45 years of age in that life? So what I have to give parameter? Life 123, age 45. Then in the program, if you give, the program will give you what happened that time. To me, that is the past. If I have any future life, so 100 and 700 and whatever I said, 727 or something. Suppose if I give 800 life, then I will get a future. What is going to happen? Program is same. That is my life path. So that is my soul's plan. So whatever I give, as per it is just giving another parameter to play that one out. That's all. So in higher dimension, time is not linear. Everything is just stacked up into one moment. It's all accessible at one go. Like I give an example, like a CD. Only thing, when you wanted to see the story, you have to play it. That's why you need time, fast forward, rewind, and all those things. But otherwise, everything is available in the CD. Your whole life path is currently at present available, everything in one place. This one place is also in our terminology, spirituality. It is called Akashic record. Or it is in the higher body. We have the fifth body, a Karan Deha. Karan means the causal body, cause of everything. All informations are there. It can be accessed right now, and that can be read, and that can be decoded, and then you can know. Just like I said, you put life and year, you will come to know about that. Anyway, So those are all possible. So let me see what are the other points. So basically, I'm saying time is not linear. Everything is present right now. It happened. So what are past, present, and future? I already explained. Except the present moment, everything else in your memory. Understanding timelines of our life, I explained between 2 points, point A to B. There are the hundreds of different way possible to reach from one place to another through curved lines, and but there is one, of course, the best one, which is the shortest one. There is a highest timeline that only our higher self or soul consciousness can bring in. Then life experiences of being trapped into lower timelines. I explained already how to shift into higher timelines from lower ones. Here you have to, as I explained earlier, you have to consciously choose to surrender yourself to the higher self, and then you lead your life under guidance of your higher self. Okay, so that is the thing. That's what you need to do. That can be done by affirmations, by like chanting Shivoham, that mantra, or going into deep meditation and asking divine to help you to get into the highest level of your the path. All those, there are techniques, those are possible, but you need a divine grace to be there. Or if you surrender everything to Guru means Guru Tattva, then divine grace will happen and you are under guidance of the Guru Tattva all the time. Then it would, of course, definitely, you will be living the highest timeline you have in your life. Next is the spiritual significance of now moment. So now moment, I told, this is the only truth. Now moment is the only truth, and all our spiritual experiences happen in the now moment. And we connect now moment with our breathing. Just focus on your breathing, immediately we connect to the now moment. So that is the implication. All our spiritual practice and kriya starts with the breathing, because it brings our attention to the present moment. Through that attention to the present moment creates the connection with the consciousness, so that we bring the power of consciousness into our life, and then it guides us, and all the energy whatever we need, the vibration we need to overcome all those obstacles and misunderstandings, and the light of awareness all come through that channel. So that is how significant the now moment is. The Eckhart Tolle has written a book, The Power of Now. So you can read that if you want. So the very famous book, and that gives you actually how much powerful the now moment is. Is very significant in our spiritual journey. And last is it is living in eternal now with highest timeline. So as I was mentioning, if you surrender to your higher self or Guru Tattva, or if you surrender and moment by moment you just guide, the guidance comes, you walk that next step under the guidance, you are walking your best timeline. Under the influence, you should be just influence of the Guru Tattva, and the divine will be with you, and you will be able to reach your life journey much, much faster. Not the way you think, but what is in your best interest. That will happen, and maybe you will get liberated from this birth and death cycles much, much faster. So, point A to B, you will reach at the fastest time. Then you lead a liberated life, life full of bliss, life full of inner joy, and all those things. So it will not depend upon who told what and what is happening outside you. It will not matter anymore. Your life is already transformed with the joy. You become the part of that divinity. You become the part of that bliss, and a peaceful, blissful existence, and with a high vibrational experience of your life that comes, because you don't claim anything to be yours, even the problems. Even if something comes and you don't claim that it is your problem, is it all yours? You know better. So there'll be no problem. Everything you pass on, surrender. When you do that, you will be actually acting like the one. The Shivatva in you is come out of that, not come out, it will express itself, so that you are just experiencing your Shivatva, and that is the Shivoham. That mantra, you just read again that meaning. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not past, I'm not future, I'm nothing. I'm even the karmas are not mine. I'm beyond all those things. I'm the pure consciousness, that is Shiva. Okay, all right. So with this, I will conclude this learning session. So if there is any question, so I'll be just raise your hand. I'll be happy to answer them. Just one moment. Let me. Okay, Lalitendra, go ahead. Pranam. No, answer is no. Time still has, it is so fast based on our normal speed, it is very fast. That's why if we feel there is no time, it is reaching. But I'm just for understanding purpose, I'm telling you, our nearest star from sun, which is name is Sirius, Syrian star or Sirius or Cyrus or whatever that thing. I think it is 4 light years away. Okay, means even if it is light, it go at the speed of light, it will take 4 years. I'm just saying roughly at that range. There are most of the things in our galaxy, there are 100, 200, 300 years, light years away. Means if you go in the speed of light, you cannot reach to the planet of that star in your lifetime, even if you are going in the speed of light. Speed of basically what I'm saying is speed of light is very fast, but it is not beyond time. Okay, that's why the light years came. From the sun to coming to the light coming to the earth, it takes 8 point something minutes, 8.5 minutes or yeah. So that means there is some, it takes some time to reach here. Suppose we are putting one big telescope. Suppose we can see very far away distance. Suppose that if we suppose we focus on particular, acha, do it other way around. Suppose one particular planet is say million light years away. There are few of them. Okay, they put a telescope towards Earth and watching Earth. They will see the dinosaurs are moving around Earth because that light has reached after million years, right? So so anyway, basically, light is very fast. I mean, whatever we have, but it is not the fastest thing. It is not beyond time anyway. Yeah. Next question. First of all, you have to choose with awareness, going to the better timeline. More you are aware, better you choose. More you come down ignorant, you choose the lower versions. Okay, more ignorant, you choose the lower versions of that. More you are aware, you can choose better and live it. Acha, let me give one example to understand that. Suppose you reached a new town and you don't know where to stay the night. You just go out and because you are scared, if I don't sleep tonight, then I need to sleep somewhere. So somebody came, okay, I will give you one room, and okay, they maybe cheated you. So he took 2,000 rupees, and the worst, one dirty, smelly room you give, and you spend night there. Okay, same thing. You will have a better night stay if you ask few people. You go yourself and look for it. Maybe some of them maybe 1 kilometer away. You have to take just auto or something to go there to just check. So you collected basically you see the rooms and now then you choose. So then you are in a better aware. Then your night stay will be better off. Then suppose you have internet connectivity. Online you checked and in the same area, 5 kilometer radius or 10 kilometer radius, you checked all the available hotels, the vacant available thing, and the rates you can compare and the see what are the other people give the rating, whatever they have done. So after doing all those things, you will be able to select the best room possible and available in that night in that area, right? It's all about your awareness. This awareness can make you to the select the better timeline. See, long short, it is our idea. Okay, I just gave you point A to B to just to understanding purposes. Long short actually doesn't matter. See, I need to give you some other understanding so it will be clear. When you are, see, suppose walking with your very rude boss and giving you shout.
हाँ जी।
प्रणाम गुरुजी।
Lalitendra will continue. Let me first allow the others to join in, then we'll continue with your question. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Lalitendra, I will continue. Shweta, I have seen your hand raised. I will come to you. Okay. After I finish this. Um, All right, Lalitendra, whatever your third question, I was better just for now the another session. So for that, can you repeat the third question? Mhm. Mhm. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, no, that is a good question. So basically, we are saying whether the shortest is the best or not. Hmm. So I'm just now explaining another. Just the call dropped off in between. I think 1 hour was over. So let me repeat that again. Answer is it depends. Okay, it is not straightforward. Hmm. I'm explaining how it depends. The example I was giving, suppose you are working in office, your boss is very abusive type of boss, and just you happen to be working with the boss. You went to, you know, going to some conference or a meeting. On the way, you are going with the boss, and boss giving firing. You didn't do it properly. You could not, get the data correct, and that figure is not right, and your approach to that, maintaining the team not good, and all this kind of lecture it is given. You're now, you just thinking in your mind, how fast this part be over. I will reach to the meeting room, at least that boss will keep his mouth shut. Okay, he's giving all this kind of thing, thrashing all the way, and it is not a pleasant thing. So even if maybe you walked for 2 minutes, it will look like 2 hours, because that lecture that giving and the experience, you are not enjoying that experience. Yeah. But same thing, but you are just going, suppose with your lover. Okay. Forget about 2 hours, half a day will pass, maybe you will skip your lunch, but it will feel like I just met right now. Okay. From where time flies, you will not realize. So it is not amount the length. My point is not the length of the association that makes it good and bad. The experiencing. If you are enjoying, then you will you will lose the sense of time, and that is your best timeline. If you are not experiencing well, yeah, like not a good experience. Some people they hate waiting. Even the wait, somebody says I will come to that place and then we'll go together, wait for me at the bus stop, and you are waiting in the bus stop for half an hour, you get irritated. So where the hell that person is? I'm just waiting for years. You feel like because you hate waiting like that. Anyway, so or if suppose you are in the middle of watching a very interesting movie, and then the power fails. Okay, even the power fails from 10 minutes, but you get irritated that I was enjoying, and why so much of disruption, this and that, and all this kind of thing. So, your best timeline where you have the best experience, not necessarily which is the shortest, neither the longest. Okay. Time wise, because time doesn't make any some sense. If you are with the if the your experience is joyful, then length doesn't matter. Length of walk, time you spend does not matter. This is the way, listen this part very carefully. This is the way we transcend space and time, because we get connection, through the connection of the divinity. We touch a field called Sachidanand state. When that means all the moment we are joyful, we transcend time and space. So how long we are in there doesn't matter. All the time, every moment we are there, and we are enjoying. So there is no such thing we're waiting and the experience is not good, and all thoughts come that why I have to wait for so long and this and that, and when it will end, nothing will that sort will happen. Hmm. So then your experience will be fantastic. Yeah. And this area, that's why normally people say you learn from the children. When you see the small children, they play, they don't have the sense of time. Yeah? They're just enjoying, no matter who the other person is. वो ऐसे ही दोस्त बना लेगा 2 मिनट में और वो खेलता रहेगा. But that is we adult, we cannot do that because we're heavily influenced by our judgment, our image of the other person. We are image conscious, we are status conscious, we are thinking, the judgment, other person will judge me, etc. A lot of complication. We will not enjoy that particular meeting, that the people. That's why. But you will not get the similar one. Same meeting. Maybe you are just meeting and for a cup of tea, nothing more than that. Okay, you are not going and enjoying a party of dancing and nothing of that. So just simple. But if you have that heart connection, if you have unconditional love, then you will enjoy because there is no expectation there. That is the reason when we meet, with our group members, yeah, we recently met in Varanasi and all, everybody is enjoying because there's a loving connection is there. Nobody is under the judgment of who is wearing what and who can talk better English and who having going through a better car, and there is no such thing. Okay, that's why we enjoy automatically because we shared all these external identities. It's no need. Hmm. We are just everybody walking their own path, and there is a divine blessing coming through Babaji. We are all guided, we are walking, we are enjoying. We don't have any responsibility. Okay, and that's what this connection, where even if it is just we are going for a cup of tea or just walking to get into an auto, doesn't matter what we are doing. But it becomes enjoyable. Simple things become enjoyable because we don't have to bother with all those kind of things. We come into the childlike thing. We are the children of Babaji. Huh? So we play with that kind of attitude. That's why we enjoy. Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you. Okay, Chaitali, your question.
Guruji, I don't have any question. I want to say something.
Sure.
Last week you mentioned that in your meditation Jesus Christ came.
Mhm.
That day after this session, I opened my Facebook account and the first picture came, Anandamoy Ma and Jesus Christ in one frame.
Mhm.
I've never
Yeah.
seen that picture before. I have been to her ashram in Kankal twice and in Delhi also twice. I've never seen anywhere that Anandamoy Ma and Jesus Christ in one frame. And it was
Mhm.
such a divine coincidence for me. Uh,
Mhm. Very good.
I don't know, Malab. It was really good. I will share that picture in this group, and
Mhm.
I was so happy to see that. I mean, I've seen so many picture of Anandamoy Ma, but never in your group picture. Also, you sent that na the where Lahiri Mahashaya, Babaji, and
Mhm.
Anandamoy Ma is also there.
Correct.
But Jesus
Yes.
Christ was, but Jesus Christ
Jesus Christ
photo
was
was
also
there.
there.
That gave me. Yes, yes,
Jesus Christ
yes.
was also there in the group.
Acha, in the group, okay. But
Okay.
I've never seen Anandamayi and Jesus Christ in one frame.
Yeah. I will show that picture here. Okay. So let me see whether I can share it. Then better everybody will can get reminded about that. Yeah. So just let one moment and just
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Yeah. Just one moment. I'll just try to locate the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm. Let me see if I can share it.
Yeah.
You can see the picture. Just ignore the top part. It is in the something is
Yes,
coming.
yes, yes, yes. Yes, Guruji. Yeah.
So all of you can see that.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes, Guruji.
Yes,
Okay.
Guruji.
Mhm. Okay. So here, this is Babaji in the middle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
And Lahari Mashai in his right
uh,
side.
uh.
And this is Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Okay.
This is Jesus Christ and this is Anandamayi Ma.
Ma. Yes.
Okay. And this is Swami Sri Yukteswar Giri. And this
Yukteswar
is
Giri.
Paramahansa Yogananda.
Yes.
And who is this
Acha.
person? Who is
In
this
the
person
back,
back? Hmm?
uh, Gautam Buddha? No, I don't know.
Krishna.
Yes. You see, there is a
Krishna.
peacock feather here. Eh?
Okay.
The peacock feather is there.
Yes.
This is the peacock feather.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is the
Yeah.
board in the Himalayan
Uh,
board of all those things. So humanity's decisions are being taken here.
uh,
Okay. So this
yeah.
picture becomes our theme because we'll visit there. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
In the
Okay.
Himalayas, we'll visit there. So that is the significance of that picture. Anyway, so those are coming. It is all divine grace of Babaji. So so that we'll be able to go to his sacred land and we'll do that our rituals there. Exactly what will happen, Babaji didn't tell me yet. So he said, "You bring the people to तेरा काम कर, तो फिर बाकी जो है, everybody will have the life transforming experience." That was told. Even few of our group members also received the message from Babaji also in that.
Mm.
So anyway, so that is the thing. So we'll do our bit. So we are all children of Babaji till end of our soul's journey, not only this life's journey. It will be guided by Babaji. And Babaji is the board you sitting there and all the humanities things are being controlled. What is our understanding? What is that? It doesn't matter. I mean, it is actually controlled by this highest level of the board that is led by Babaji. All right. Okay. So that is why Jesus Christ is also important in Kriya Yoga, and he came. His wish. I mean, Gautam Buddha was also, even though not in the picture, it doesn't mean that he doesn't belong there. He definitely does. And in the collective, Shirdi Sai Baba and even Satya Sai Baba, all are there. We are getting guided by them. So, and we call it that collective. In the collective domain, they are there. All right. So, anybody else having any question? Shreyashi and Shweta. Okay, first, Shreyashi, go on. I'll come to Shweta.
Guruji, my question is not related to today's topic, but the message that Nirupam sir received, and he
Mhm.
mentioned about loving attention, and
Mhm.
we generally practice during our meditation aloof attention. But if you can clarify um, about
Mhm.
loving attention and how do we practice it during all the times.
Okay. Mhm. See, aloof attention is about the thoughts. Okay. Only there the aloof attention is. That will still remain. But anywhere else which is outside you, you can give your loving attention. Suppose, as for example, we do Kriya and we have to give attention to our chakras, right? During Kriya. Okay. So there also you are giving attention. Attention means it is a connection with the consciousness goes there where our attention is. Loving attention means giving the same thing, but with open heart chakra. Hmm. Like unconditional love mixed into it. I will give an example to make it clear. So normally I give example like you are walking. So suppose in your main door, some calling bell rang, and you open the door and say some unknown person, maybe some postman came. I'm just giving, but delivery boy came. Hmm. You are giving attention to that person, but that attention is just business attention. When what need to be done, to whom you want. So you said, I come here to deliver the package or whatever. So you sign off, take it, and that's it. So here you are giving just an attention, what the person came and what he is supposed to say or what for it is. But in the same place, suppose your very close relative. Your elder brother has a small children, no? So just like I'm just giving one example. Suppose you saw that your the elder brother and your sister-in-law came with both the children. At their lap, you opened and saw the children. Yeah. So how do you feel about the children, maybe the younger one? This attention will be definitely different than the delivery boy. You are giving this, you suddenly feel become joyful and very loving towards that child, right? You are not expecting anything. The child will do something. If child does this, then only I'll be happy, and nothing of that. Unconditional. Just just this presence of that, the child, the innocence and all, it brings out the love from same you. What was closed when the delivery boy came. Okay. This attention, what you give it to that child, small child, you have to give the similar attention to your chakra. That is the loving attention. You treat that chakra as a small baby. Now it is about the chakra, it can be done for anything else also, which is outside you. Give the same. That is what is called the element of love into that, loving attention. For just to make it simple, just think that there is a child there. See, many of the time you see, like maybe our mother or grandmothers and all, they worship Bal Gopal, like children from Gopal, Nadu Gopal or something. You know why they have Krishna was all the thing, full adult. All Mahabharata has come, and the Bhagavad Gita he told in the Kurukshetra and all till he he lived so long. But why they worship that Bal Gopal? Because if you have the Krishna in the child form, then that loving attention, like a child, it comes from you, that brings out from the same you. That is why they worship in the child form of Krishna. Okay. So this is what the loving attention is. So to bring the loving attention, our way of shortcut is bring it like a child. It can be done in other means also. I'm not saying only child. Treat it like just a beautiful fragrance of a flower, like beautiful flower. So you just need to appreciate. You need not to do anything. Just the sight of that flower is just you are loving that particular appearance and fragrance of that flower. So this kind of thing. This is a loving attention. Okay.
Okay, good.
All right. Shweta, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Sir, thank you so much for this session, sir, and every session.
Sir, actually, we hear from our childhood that you are not enough, and you suddenly came here and told us that whatever is there is happening with divine plan, and we and the term Shivoham. So it is completely different and may bring self love to all of us, sir. So thank you
Mhm.
so much, sir.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
sir,
That
the
is a perfect.
importance of now moment, can you, sir, emphasis once again?
Yeah. So you can say, just for the simple understanding, you can say the now moment is the bridge between your reality and the divinity. You cannot experience anything divine, anything spiritual, if you are not in now moment. Okay. And now moment, you can simply be aware of your breath and you get connected. If you are not in the now moment, you will not get the spiritual experience. Normally, what happens is, even at the time of meditation, our mind that fluctuates. Mind takes us, either we grudge something happened in the past or we worry about the future. So we never be in the present moment. And that's why we miss the spiritual experience. So we teach how to just vibrate on the higher level. Why you need to vibrate on the higher level? Then you have the power to overpower your mind. Otherwise, mind will take you away. Mind is powerful. It will take you away because you are vibrate low. So you are allow mind to rule at you. But if you vibrate high, then you have a capacity to overpower your mind and shut up the mind. Once your mind is shut up, then this kind of thing, no, it will take you into the past or in the future. That fluctuating will stop slowly. It takes practice. Then mind will stabilize. Focus at least one thing. Then when you meditate, finally that one thing is also go. You are fully established into the present moment. Well, mind is not taking here and there. When you have no thought, fully established, then the connection of the divinity opens up and you get all sort of experiences. Okay, so you can say that now moment is a bridge between you and the your spiritual experiences or higher dimension. So if someone has never experienced anything divine or higher dimensional meditationally, that means they didn't bring their mind to the present moment. That's all. They allow their mind to chatter. That's why they could not experience. It's not about कि वो जो ऐसे फालतू ऐसी गप्पे लगाते रहते हैं, कुछ है नहीं है, but you miss that. Sometimes I say like this kind of door, like Sandhikal Jagruta, it also established connection with the higher dimension. But Sandhikal Jagruta, it comes a split of a second. I call it, in the darkness, there is a lift. It will open the gate just for a fraction of a second and close it. So you have to go out in that time. So what we do, like suppose there is a lift, we have to go to third floor and get out of the lift. There is no light. So in Sandhikal Jagruta, what we do, we touch the door all the time. So every moment we are following the breath. So we touched it. The moment it opens, we can feel it, and then you go out. Unless and if you touch it, most likely you bang your head on the door. The synchronization may not match. Unless until you are aware of the entire cycle, you will not be able to go out. So that's why that is a different technique we use. But split second when it opens up, that is now moment. Okay. And thought cannot take you there. When the time will come, I will go out. It's your thought. It can never take you out there. But if you feel that continuously aware, you will be able to. Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, one thing, just one more thing, sir.
Mhm.
Sir, my daughter was asking that right now she's 8 years old. So she was saying that, Ma, I cannot sit for that long as you do for meditation. But what shall I do right now to be in this meditation? You are
Very good.
asking.
You give her a formula. Okay. Formula is the length of the meditation you have to sit down is equal to the age in years. Okay. Means if I have to sit down, I have to sit down for 57 minutes. And she can sit down for 8 minutes. Same result. Okay. The same as age in years, that much time you have to sit for meditation. That's for you. That is the ideal time for you. And now the children are born are very much aware, so they don't need it. Even 2 minutes is good enough. Okay, but if you're asking roughly, thumb rule is that your age, whatever your age in years, that many minutes you have to sit down daily for meditation. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right. Okay. God bless you. Yes, Nego.
Guruji,
Yeah.
sorry, this is my niece. I just wanted to show her.
Okay.
No, no, Kora. She's
Mm.
how many months? 20 months old.
Okay. So you see, the loving attention is ready-made available.
Thank you, Guruji.
Okay. God bless her.
Yeah, Rajdeep, I had the
Yes.
question not related exactly to this today's session.
Mm.
I was not able in Varanasi
Mm.
camp. I have seen a photo in Lahiri Mahasai's house. The
Mm.
Babaji, and the background, Babaji's background is a Shiva portrait and
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Yes, I had a doubt and I had a question. What is the
Mhm.
relation of this? What is the significance of this photo, this Shiva
Yeah.
photo behind this?
Yeah.
I was not able in the camp. Maybe you have explained there, but I was not there, so I'm asking
Yeah.
this
No,
question.
no, I didn't explain. And now I remember you asked this question in the group also. I was busy.
Yeah.
And I was busy from morning 6 a.m. to night 12 o'clock because individually I have to meet separately. I didn't get time to respond. Hmm. Okay. So what happened was this signifies the Shivoham part of it, Shivatva in us. It's a land of Vishwanath, but it is also, this signifies the Shivatva in all what has been the Shivoham, the Adi Shankaracharya's mantra I posted into the group. No?
Yes.
Yeah, that is the significance of that Shiva picture. That's the number one. Okay, that is the one part. Second part is that Babaji has shown me, it is his grace, he's shown me an 1008 roop of Babaji. Sahasra roop, Babaji. And out of that, the first one is the image we normally see. I was just showing one photo, na? Babaji sitting there and, that, you know, that particular picture, that is the first one, first roop. The last one, end of 1008, that is Shiva. So in that, in the temple, the first roop and the last roop was there together.
Okay.
Okay, that is the significance of that Shiva's image there.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, God bless you. All right, any further question? Okay. Yes, Indranilda, go ahead.
Rajdeep, this is related to the earlier question on loving attention, okay, and the comparison that you were drawing with the child and a delivery boy. Now, ideally, in terms of love, okay, we have a normal affinity towards children. We also love ourselves in a more selfish way, correct? Now, why we cannot give the same kind of loving attention to the delivery boy?
Mhm. No,
Should
you
it not?
can. You
Should
can.
it? Should it
You
not
can.
be the ideal situation?
Yes, you can. But normally we don't. That's what I given the example. I'm not saying that is the way.
Huh,
I'm just explaining the difference between these two attentions we normally give.
correct.
But if you go to the master level,
Hmm.
all become the children of God.
God, yeah.
or more higher selves all become part of you.
Mm,
Tamanna Mercy says, who is other? I don't see
mm,
anybody other. Okay.
mm, mm.
That is a different level of consciousness
Correct.
where everything merges. Everybody is loved, everything. You are accepting that, and not only accepting, appreciating everything as they are, as
Right.
a part of you. Like we have a human body, we have 5 fingers, not all the fingers are same, and
Mm.
we have a some kind of texture and some kind of feature, and all those things all are part of you.
Universal love.
Yeah, so then you don't discriminate. The thing comes that how much connection you will be able to establish. Based on that, your experience will change. In highest level, everything merges, everything is part of you.
Correct.
Voham, I am
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
Okay, then what you said is absolutely right. There is no difference between delivery boy and small child. In a
Correct.
blade of grass or a big tree or a mountain or a sun or moon or earth, no change. All are same.
Correct. Because they say a person's actual character is
Hmm.
how you treat a totally unknown person or people lower than you.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
The unknown person is not because the other person, because of you.
Mm.
If you meet an unknown person, then your faculty of judgment will not be there.
Right.
That will help you to come to the level of unconditionality.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we give an example of unknown thing,
Mm.
unknown somebody, so that our mind tricks, mind game doesn't take us down. Hmm.
True.
That's why. Hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay. God bless you. All right. So, if there is no further question, so we'll go into our Kriya and meditation. So, just sit straight.